for being here. That was awesome. Okay, well, we seem small, kind of, don't we? Are people coming? Are there people out there? Okay, I'm gonna count. I'm just joking. I don't know, it just feels small, but it's gonna be mighty. Small but mighty. Okay, so welcome to orientation. Again, thank you for coming. Many of you have been here so many years, and we appreciate this time to get together and just go over all the little details so everybody has a chance to be informed. So I know it's away from your families, it's hard, but thank you for taking the time to do it every year, so I really appreciate it. Okay, we're going to pray one more time, just to ask God to be with us tonight as we give this information out to you all. So, Lord, we just thank you so much for Acts Ministry and all the women that work so hard to make it an amazing place of excellence and growth. Help us remember that we're here to serve you and each other and encourage each other, that we're here for the kids. We're here to help them grow and learn, have a place to just test the waters with their gifts and talents. We have just such amazing kids, and help us remember that this is about them and nurturing them and supporting each other as moms. So we just want to be on your track, Lord, wherever you would take us. Help us follow. We pray you will give us your Holy Spirit tonight so we can have clear communication and understanding, and just be with us this year, Lord, and keep us safe and help us celebrate you and all that we're doing in homeschooling on this journey. In your name, Jesus, amen. Okay, so this is our Board of Directors statement, and I'm just going to go right into this and get through this because we want to not be here till 11 because it's very tiring, I know. So some of this you've seen, but I think it's worth going over. This actually has been revised, and remember, Acts is a nonprofit. We're a 501c3, so we're run by a Board of Directors. So we don't actually have voting members, we have a Board of Directors. So there's a different type of organization. So our statement says the Acts Board of Directors has the overall decision-making authority. Working alongside the executive directors, the board approves policies that direct operational management and delegates the necessary authority to the executive directors so they can fulfill their job responsibilities. Okay, so there was a slight change in wording, but we usually read this anyway, just so everybody remembers we have a board. So, and they're awesome. We're going to introduce them really soon. Here they are. So Kathy Edgren, where's Kathy? There she is, stand up. Let's give her a round of applause. That's our president from South. Paula McMullen is our vice president. She's a member at North. Tiffany Kraft is our secretary. She's also a member at North. Debbie Hayes is here. She's up there. There's Debbie. She goes to Daffodil Princess Way. Treasurer, bookkeeper for Acts. So she's doing two jobs. Those are two distinct jobs. Tina Rude, where's she? Right there. Is a board member and does all the forms, manages the forms, thank you. And then Denise Ramos is a board member who's a member at North. So that's our current board, and they work tirelessly to make sure we have an awesome place to come. So if you see them, say thank you, and they're going to hopefully kind of be up in this area at the break. If you have any questions or you want to talk to them, they're available. So, okay, coming tonight, we have the new stuff, I call it, anything that's new. Coordinator spotlight, so you can meet the coordinators and what they're doing. We'll just talk quickly about fundraising. Then we have refreshments, if you didn't see those out in the back. And then after that, that's also a time to pay, if you didn't pay your garbage fee, we're going to talk about that. Pizza deposits, anything like that. And then returning members that have been at Acts before can leave. And then if this is your very first time attending Acts, raise your hand. Who are you? Okay. You guys stay for new members that are new full members for Acts 101. And we'll go over all of that stuff that these guys already know. So they get to leave partway through. So, okay. So our mission statement is to Acts Homeschool Group exists to glorify God by providing support, encouragement, and opportunities to homeschooling families. That has not changed, but that is our mission. That's what we always come back to. So that guides us. I'm not going to read the whole statement of faith. It has not changed, but I like to put it up there so you can just kind of get your eyes on it. You can read it fully in the handbook. Very just mainstream, conservative, Christian It's all Bible references, so you can look at that. That's really our guiding document too. Okay, so new things for this year are, drum roll, the garbage fee. Okay, so I have a little bit of additional information. So as you know, this church is growing. They have more members. They have a food bank on Thursday. So they're filling up their garbage, and it's getting tight. So they've had to bring in some additional things. And one of them, this may make sense to everybody, but it doesn't really to me, a 6-yard blue cage. That's for corrugated cardboard. So all the stuff that got thrown in the garbage, they're now paying for this, and the corrugated cardboard goes there. If we have corrugated cardboard, we are allowed to use that, whatever that looks like. It's blue, we know that, and it's a cage. So it's going to be out in the back. And it just has to be clean, it can't have food on it. So there'll hopefully be more room in the regular garbage for us. But we still do have the $10 fee because they're bringing in some additional things. And if there's still not enough room in their garbage, they're going to bring in additional garbage containers, and will be already taken care of because we're paying now to make sure there's enough room for our garbage. So just little tidbits. Other cardboard does not go in corrugated. That's a big no-no. The city came out and talked to them. So other cardboard goes in the recycle bins in the kitchen and the janitor's closet. Don't get confused there. You know what corrugated is, right? It has a little thing in it. And food can go in the brown yard waste. If we have a class that's generating a lot of food, we have food waste, put it right in the brown yard waste. Garbage, pizza boxes, if you buy a whole pizza for your family, that goes in the green garbage. It can't go in corrugated because it has food on it, right? Do we all know that? So, pizza boxes go in garbage. I know this is just so devastatingly interesting. Sorry, but this is why we're here. And if there's no room out in the garbage, I mean, the other option was, remember my email that came out? We take everything home from the entire church. Not good. So, this is better. If there's no room in the garbage, and you go out there and it's just overflowing, then we're going to put the garbage in the kitchen, and they get to deal with it. So there you have it. So that's the garbage deal. So if you don't pay tonight, whoever doesn't pay, we'll track it down and bug you all semester, and then all 100% of that goes to the church, and we'll be good for garbage. So it's better than us all taking the garbage home, I think. Okay, so moving on, our theme for this year, you know I love themes, is encouragement, which I think is great for moms, great for kids. Our mission statement is to encourage families. So I came up with a little thing that I'll have out to help us remember how to do that, right? How do you encourage people? Well, and this is something we'll talk to the kids about, but I need to hear too, moms too, everybody. Listening, and we're going to have some ways that this can happen, and you'll hear about that in a minute. Listening, offering compassion, verifying God's word, which what verify means is kind of neat. I did a little research on this, and that's encouraging. So if we have time to really connect and listen to people, offer true compassion, and maybe you've been through something that a new homeschooler's going through, you can verify God's word to them and how God supports them in their, we have a whole Bible full of, we might know a verse but have never heard it that way until someone says, you know what, I went through this too. And when my kids were doing that, I went back to this verse and it really helped me. So I'm hoping to really cultivate that with the kids and the moms. The next slide, I think, okay, so compassion, of course, is suffering with another person accompanied by a desire to help. So that's just a reminder that that's the kind of community we want to be, connected with each other. And then to verify God's word is to confirm it, support it, uphold it, attest to it, testify, validate it, endorse it. So we're not verifying it in a sense that they didn't believe it until we verified it or we somehow made it true, but we are confirming God's word to other believers, right? So hopefully that helps me kind of think about how to encourage people. Hopefully it will help, and we're going to build on that this year, and so I think it's going to be exciting. We have some changes that are going to be neat. So, and also when I looked up encourage, the Greek, I might be saying this wrong, parakaleo, is to come alongside and direct. So it's not just, oh, you know, good job. It's, I see two people standing side by side, and you're helping maybe people that have been where you are, and you're directing them, you're guiding them, right? So I just want to kind of dig into that this year and hope that we can really encourage each other on lots of levels. We do have, and I brought it again, it's right out here, a little basket, just one little simple way of cards that are going to be always available with matching envelopes so that you, if somebody does something, you can say, you know what, thank you for that. That really meant a lot to me when you did that third period. Pop it in their family file. And you don't have to go home and try and remember to do it, mail it, and, you know, it's all going to be here so we can encourage each other even in writing. So just one little detail, you know, it's always in the details. So that basket will be out every week. Then here's another way we're going to do opening different. This is based on feedback that's been kind of woven through the years, things we've observed. Some of our student government feedback is now we have student government, and we're asking them to really step up and help run co-op. So we want to have a time of visiting and encouragement. We're going to try it. Okay, it's not written in stone. If we all hate it, we can change it. 9:30 to 9:50, you can come in and be like this and sit with somebody and actually have a conversation and connect and encourage. The youth can do that, the kids can do that. The littler kids, we're going to have some youth over here. Just if not all the little kids are going to want to, you know, get up, but if they do, that might be a long time. There's going to be youth here. I'll just say ring around the rosy, because that's simple and easy, nothing complicated. It may not be ring around the rosy. You know, I know that whole thing has kind of a bad so don't shoot me for ring around the rosy. I'm just saying. So, anyway, something cute and fun and light and Christian over here with the little kids and the youth, like the little 2, 3, 4 kids that can't sit for 20 minutes. Moms can visit, and 9:50 we'll have 5 minutes, because we dismiss at 9:55, just the highlight announcements like, this class is now over here today, like important things you have to know. So you gotta read the newsletter, and then the announcements, it says, will be on a slide running, just like a slideshow. So if you're visual, come in and you can look at those and read them in your head, but I won't go through every single one. So we'll see how that goes. Hopefully everybody reads their newsletter and has the information. It'll be up there. So we'll hit the highlights. We're gonna have student government play a really cool role in opening. We'll have a little verse, say the announcements, pray, and go to class. The other thing you need to know is it says the front doors are going to be locked for safety, because everybody's going to come in for that 5 minutes. All our front end people that never get to come to opening, and we can't leave the front, which is the doors open. So, you know, you want to just try to be here so you're not but you're not going to be locked out long if you miss it, and then we'll come right out and unlock the door. So. Yeah, the back. Well, the back should be locked. Was it propped open? Yeah. Yeah, so it needs to be shut and it'll be locked. So we'll be secure while everybody's in here. So yes, the back needs to be shut, not propped open. Rita.
Are you going to write that down or send an email that the door will be locked, because some people would be surprised?
Well, they wouldn't be surprised if they were here right now. Right? They would all know. So, I said, well, you missed orientation. But it'll be in the newsletter. Yeah, just saying. Yeah, so we'll let everybody know. Maybe we'll have a little sign Amy could put out. Stay tuned for 5 minutes and we'll open the door. So I think that's everything. So, okay, now into any changes in the handbook. Is there any other questions before we move on? No? Okay, so some of these things just have little nuances of a change, but sometimes, you know, that can make a big difference. Okay, under requirements of parents, because you know the handbook's all broken down into sections. All members will honor and respect the ACTS Statement of Faith on page 1 while serving at ACTS. This means if you're like maybe a TA, because anybody can come to ACTS. Now our teachers sign our Statement of Faith that they're going to teach under and agree with our Statement of Faith and teach nothing contrary to it. A TA might not have done that. Anybody can come to ACTS, but if the teacher's gone, then the TA is teaching, and we want to make sure they're understanding that even if they don't buy into our Statement of Faith, they're going to support it and respect it when they're substituting for the teacher in class. Does that make sense? So there's no confusion there. That was added because anybody can be a teacher if you substitute. Also under requirements of parents, all members, parents may not bring their own children to their assigned class unless the child is registered for the class. And this also applies to other assigned positions such as hall monitor and things like that. So kids are supposed to be in their class. Under youth group, submit youth group contract by the first youth group meeting of each year. So that was clarified. Alumni status under youth group also applies to up to 3 consecutive semesters depending on when the students stop attending classes. And there the bold indicates that's just so people can kind of think, so if you stop in the middle of the year and you get 1 semester, that may not quite transition you out. And you might want to come the other semester, but then you're stopping in the middle of the year, you could complete that next year. That would be 3 semesters. So depending on when you stop, we're flexible and fluid. It's not, 2 semesters, you're done, even though it's the middle of the year. We want to transition the kids out that are alumni, using that program. Membership and insurance fees must be paid if the family no longer has a full membership. So if you're coming and you've already got kids in classes, you're already paid. If it's probably your youngest kid, everybody else is done, and your youngest wants to come back, you're going to owe your fees because you haven't already paid because you're not really attending classes anymore. So that's just a clarification on that. Yes?
A question about youth group. Can they join if they turn 12 at the semester?
Yes.
Okay.
And actually, they can join the day they turn 12, the day after they turn 12.
Okay.
But
Okay.
North Denton does it different than
they
us.
turn 12, you can just bring cupcakes for us.
Yeah. Or cookies. Yeah. 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 So once you have your birthday, you're good to go. Do not bring any drugs to any ACTS function.
Bomber.
I know. Do not bring weapons, real or play, to any ACTS function unless required for class and held by the teacher. So if we have a Nerf class, it's okay, is what that means. There might be a class where, that's happening and you have some kind of weapon. We don't want you just. Now here's the thing, this seems silly, but the little, what do boys have? Pocket knives.
Wait, boys?
And girls, sorry. Well, Eliana has a multi-tool. It's super cool. She asked for that a couple years ago for Christmas. Usually they don't bring that though. Usually it's the boys. The girls bring the dolls. But girls and boys both, sorry. Try to just remind them to leave that at home, and it just becomes part of like who they are, and it's in their pocket, and that happens. So, but just try to think about that. That'd be better if that was left at home. If you can remember, I know it's hard when it's always something that they have. And this is a neat addition. Notebook, paper, and pencil are required for all classes with the exception of the preschool classes. Additional supplies are noted on the class list. So we're just saying that out so people know to try to help everyone be prepared. That's under class information. Under requirements of teachers and teaching assistants, submitting a class application is a commitment to teach the class if it is included on the class list. So here's what we have. Should an emergency arise that prevents the teacher from teaching the class, all class and material fees are forwarded to the replacement teacher. So we're hoping that once you're on the class list, it really creates a difficult trickle-down effect if you just say, I changed my mind. If it's an emergency, things happen, we understand that. But once you're on the class list, you need to, plan to show up and teach your class. So this is kind of clarifying the emergency situations. Also under teaching, youth who are 14 years old or older may apply to serve as a student teacher. There's 2 adult TAs assigned to the class, and the bold says student teacher must be at least 2 years above the class age range. Previously, that was only listed under, I think, student TAs, not student teachers. So it was kind of an oversight we fixed. And the student teacher's parent will be better to assign TAs for at least 1 semester. So my Tristan's teaching Taekwondo. I'm actually in there this semester because it's his first time teaching, and we want mom there to support and guide because that's a whole different ball of wax, right? Teaching other people. So And then under classroom procedures, TAs are expected to be engaged and actively involved in class. If you've taught, you know what you need, communicate that to your TA. Leave classrooms clean at the end of each period. Instructions for setup and teardown are in the attendance book for each classroom. So you can just look in your attendance book and there's the instructions, okay? So those will be easy to find. Under registration, each family must be registered for a minimum of 2 consecutive periods per semester. One of the periods must either be first or last. So if you have something running start, you're all here all day, your running start kid can come for fourth period now. And it didn't used to be that way. And I believe this actually changed last year, but it made it back in the PowerPoint. So we'll talk about it again. And there might have been a little change in wording on that. Upon registration, members are responsible for all class and material fees, regardless of class placement or if attendance plans change, and all fees are non-refundable. So once you register for the class, you get your invoice and you have to pay. That's kind of everything's set then, so we can't back out of it. And remember, you never know what you might get. Like one time we had somebody pick all cooking classes thinking, oh, I'm not gonna get all of them, what are the chances? And they got them all, and then they didn't want to do it. So you got to kind of think through any combination of how your first, second, third choice might land, because you could end up with 3 PEs thinking, oh, that wouldn't happen, but it could. And if you get your invoice, you got paid. So, so that's just kind of a word to the wise on that one. Under absences, notify the attendance coordinator in writing, which means text or email. You don't have to send her a certified letter. Text or email if you're going to be absent. For planned absences, in advance, just let her know, which is Amy right here. And that'll all be in the newsletter. If you're new, it'll all be out there. Okay, dress code. Oh, my favorite. The desire of acts is to honor God and one another in our clothing choices. So this is all new wording. Clothing is expected to be modest and not provocative, defined as the follows. Clothing, so if you've seen the other handbooks, you'll know this is different. Clothing must cover or conceal private areas and undergarments. Leggings or form-fitting yoga pants may be worn with skirts, tunics, or long shirts that cover private areas, and refrain from any clothing with inappropriate pictures or writing. So the next slide will kind of explain, because you guys have all seen this, right? Is it white and gold, blue and gold, right? Everybody seen this on the internet? And I read the whole, it's a big optical thing. Okay, so what does it look like right now to you guys? I'm seeing the blue this time. Does anybody see blue? Yes. Who sees the white? You see white? Wow. Okay, so this is just going to illustrate, we all have a different perception of what's okay and what is modest or not modest, and what we do at home and when we go out, what we require of your kids. It's like trying to talk about this picture. So what we want to get away from is being the dress police. So normally people have come to me and said, this person's not following the dress code. I'm fine with it, but they're not following the dress code. So what I'd like you to think about doing is if it's truly offending you and it's something you don't want your kids, it's so offensive that I'm offended. I mean, this person, they need, and it has said in the past, you have to have clothes to change into if your clothing isn't, right. So rather than police, they're not following, but they might see it's white and gold and you're seeing it's blue and gold, right? So just make me aware if I haven't seen somebody that needs to be aware, your clothing isn't right for whatever reason, but we want to try to have everybody just think about honoring God. And, could I stand in front of the Lord and be cool with that? I mean, and I know it's hard, sometimes it's in the moms, which is a whole other thing, which usually the times I've had to talk to moms, it was perfectly fine. But it wasn't following the letter of the law. So we want to get away from that and just have everybody just think about, you're around other people, follow the dress code, just, honor the Lord in your choices. And if there's really something grievous and I didn't see it, talk to the person, come tell me. Okay, but if something's an inch off, well, they had a different tape measure than you that morning or something. I don't know, So anyway, so that's been refined, reworked. Could be different next year. We'll see how it goes, hopefully. it'll be just lovely this year, so. Okay, fees, all fees for membership, insurance, classes, materials, field trips are non-refundable. So, teachers, you can decide to refund fees if you want, that's up to you. We don't legislate that. So if you want to give some of their class fees back because you know for whatever reason they dropped, you could do that. But we're not going to tell teachers, you may have already purchased materials. So we just say they're not refundable, but it's up to you. You can put somebody's check back in their family file. Under illness, if you're unsure whether symptoms prevent attendance, consult a nursing line or a physician's office. I've been trying to give people advice, but I'm not that good at it. So it would probably be better to call your doctor's office and just double check, see what a nurse thinks. It works really good. We just put it in writing because we have had some bad epidemics where people have been sick like 2 years in a row on, was it Thanksgiving?
I've been sick 2 years in a row on Thanksgiving.
Okay.
If any of you show up the week of Thanksgiving,
Oh boy.
you will be on my hit list.
Uh-oh. Just saying. Okay, so there it is, case in point. But, you know, you can get sick from anywhere, you never know. But for a lot of us, this is where we come together corporately, and then you hear who was sick, because your kids know their kids. And so just be really sensitive to that, the whole illness thing. Rita.
Suggestion. At the lunchtime, why don't we buy those big hand sanitizers and before the kids touch their food, we make them clean their hands?
Is that the pump going? That was the pump. That was the pump, the big pump. So we've had hand sanitizer, so we may still have some, but we can put that out. Good idea. The pump. Okay, Mrs. Sapp.
For those for hand washers, it would be nice to be able to choose hand sanitizing or washing.
Yeah, oh yeah. So you're saying if someone's washed their hands, don't force them to use the hand sanitizer?
Yes, thank you.
Okay, all right. Well, we won't manage that. So that, remember at lunch though, moms are in charge of the kids, so that's gonna be a mom deal. I'm not gonna stand there and do that. You guys take care of your kids and make sure they do that. Okay, visitors, huge change on this. Upon approval by the executive director and a teacher, current or former students aged 12 and up may visit classes up to 2 times a semester. So you would contact the executive director for availability of pre-approved classes and make sure that the teacher's okay with it, that kind of thing. So that's kind of a cool change. We've had a lot of kids come back and want to come back over the years, and everybody likes it. So hopefully it'll work out great and be a blessing to everybody. And no problems. Grievance procedure is exactly the same. It's Matthew 18, 50 through 17. You guys can read that. This is just a reminder, if we have a grievance, this is what we're following, Matthew 18, okay? So we just want to kind of flash it up there as a reminder for everybody. Okay, leadership. Our AXON leadership has some positions have changed, some haven't. I'm still the executive director, Holly Norquist, hello. Amy Ryan Moo is going to stand up, assistant executive director, does my PowerPoints. Sharon White is a county coordinator, back there. Very nicely done. Carrie Foster, new administrative coordinator. Where is she? There she is. Oh, that was a quick. Her thing of the hand sanitizer was bigger than that. Okay, Amy Ryderwood is attendance coordinator, so this is who you notify if you're going to be gone still. Davina Dillard is our brand new excited AM facility coordinator.
She just walked out.
Oh, and Trisha McDonald right here. Trisha, you stand up. There's Trisha. The PM facility coordinator, so we're dividing like we did a few years back, AM and PM. Make sure if you're going to be gone, let them know, and also Amy, so that we can fill your spot. What else was I going to say? Oh, I have to just say, Trisha said she's been, this is her 5th co-op. So she knows how it rolls at a co-op, right? 5th co-op? All over the country.
Yeah.
Okay, and we're working our way up to the #1 spot. Right. So, Melissa Clemens, is she here? Field trip coordinator, still does a great job. Look for those emails. Oh, that's kind of weird. Okay. Okay, there we go. The fundraising coordinator is vacant, because we've been doing passive fundraising, which we'll kind of hit on. Hospitality coordinator is vacant, but I think I know who's gonna fill it, but I can't say her name, or she said she'd give me, so we'll see, we'll find out. Mission coordinator, Marian Raykovitz, there she is. Serving the world and the community at large. Stanton Sattler, party coordinator, right back there. Thank you. Registration coordinator is Kelly Lake, and she's been standing back behind the glass, and now she's gone. So I don't know if she was talking about maybe saying something, but we'll see. I know. Maybe it's too late. We might have missed our window. Melissa Cappy's our teacher coordinator, and she's not here, but she puts the class list together. There's Davina, AM facility coordinator. There she is. Okay, Yearbook coordinator, Tiffany Sherwood. Still. Beautiful yearbook last year. Gets better every year. Michael and Christy Etherly and Duncan and Jennifer Cross are our youth coordinators. And our next slide is a lead right in. You guys want to run up and do your thing? Here they come. We needed like little.
I can't find them.
Oh,
Castanets?
maracas and yeah. Here they come. You want the mic? Or are you gonna yell? You want the mic? Duncan?
You're going up and your songs.
So we're having a fiesta, kickoff to our Energy Youth. It is on Wednesday, September 23rd, 2015 at 6 p.m. That now. Your turn.
Oh, okay, I guess that's me, huh?
Okay.
All right, so we're really excited about this year. We've spent a lot of time planning together, and we have got some great changes coming up, and we have a huge new group of kids coming in that is going to be really fun. We're looking forward to, so we've got some neat things planned. Our theme as coordinators for this year with energy.
Oh, wait, yeah, we have a theme. Wait. Oh, wait, I'll use this one.
Oh, coax works too.
This works great.
Absolutely, especially since that is the.
That's the wrong way, but let's just pretend.
Anyways, our theme is to get connected. So our job is to help both your kids and you guys find ways to help get connected with the Energy Youth. We have put together several different youth-led teams that will be a part of all kinds of stuff, and we would love to have each and every one of you be a part of what we're doing as well. Oh, and as a part of that,
we have an awesome opportunity
Yes,
for you to be like Willy Wonka or Willy Wonka.
Yeah.
Really cool. We have a need for a Snack Shack coordinator, facilitator, helper,
Person.
shopper, mystery super secret person.
Divvier of yummies.
Yeah, so like all the kids love you, and it really actually does help us out because it helps us to fund a lot of the events and activities, especially retreat, which is a little expensive. So it would be really awesome if you volunteered for that.
See Christy.
Yes, Christy.
Hi, me again.
Lori's got a question.
Laura, you volunteered. Thank you very much. We appreciate it. You're our star.
What I do want to know is, our regular energy meeting is going to be Wednesday nights all year.
The regular energy meetings will be the first and third Wednesday of every month, starting in October. Our kickoff party is the grand exception.
But we'll send out an email with all the information. We're just getting you excited for this one, so you can go home and get your kids excited for this one.
Because it's going to be awesome.
If they're 12 and older currently, they can come to this right now.
I did notice there needs to be a clarification on here. It says chili eating contest. That's like hot chili pepper eating
Don't tell them.
contest.
They
It's
won't
not
know.
like Nally's chili eating.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
So if any of you guys' husband type dads want to come brave it with us, that would be awesome. So we're gonna really like burn these kids up for Christ.
That was awesome, thank you. Okay, so if you want to be Snack Shack lady, we really need one. Talk to them, talk to Christy.
We'll take a Snack Shack guy too.
And the kids will be super sad, which really then means no birthday coupons. Did you think of that through? Ooh, ouch.
I think the fundraising is
No. Yeah, so think about it. Okay, fundraising, I'm just gonna talk quickly about that. As we say every year, people ask, well, why do we fundraise? I don't understand, why do we do that? Da, da, da. Okay, so coffee cart, yearbook, PE equipment, class waivers for families who need help paying for some of their kids' fees, cleaning supplies, office supplies, parties, birthday coupons for Snack Shack. A lot of the stuff that runs co-op is not all covered by your membership fee. Part of your membership fee goes to the corporation of ACTS, and some of it stays here, but we do all these great things we don't want to let go of. So what I did was, let's see, okay, passive fundraising, we started last year. I don't have the final numbers yet, but I'll report on that when I have it. eScript, Fred Meyer, these are all places you go shop and we get a percentage, right? Smile.Amazon was the one we started with, but it's like 0.5%. Then we went to 4R School, and that's like 1.5%, so it's better. But the key is volume. So we need you to continue to invite family and friends, and I changed it up halfway through, and it kind of wasn't, everyone went, what happened? So what I'm going to do is take you through. When you go to 4R School, this is what it looks like. This is probably from my phone, not a computer, but this is what you see. And it says, enter part of your school's name in the box below. I mean, this is literally all you do, because people were acting like it was really hard to do. So in that box, you type in ACTS Homeschool Group, and then this is what pops up, ACTS Homeschool Group. Now you have a huge list of retailers, okay? The next slide has a continued list, and if you look in the middle, you'll see Amazon, one of our favorites. So let's say you want to shop at Amazon. All you do is click on Amazon, click, and there it is. And you just shop. You don't do anything else. So you don't set up an account, you don't set up a membership, you don't enter your credit card, you don't do any of that stuff you did with the other one. Now, next time you go to 4rschool.com, your browser should take you right to the second page that says ACTS Homeschool Group. Click on a retailer. And you could shop. Now, some places you might shop might not be on it, but there's a lot. And then that's just your Amazon.com page, and you don't do anything else. You just load your cart, pay, and it gets funneled through 4R School, and we get a percentage, the 1.5%. Some of them are higher, they have a pretty high percentage, so if we can get everybody to do 4rschool.com. Now, the other thing we're working on, don't completely delete your Smile, because there's a back way to connect them, and then like double and have, I don't know, do you remember what it is? It's...
So what you do is when you go, when it takes you to that Amazon page, when you click on it, save it. And so you save it and then you put the Smile dot in front of the address, and then save that as your bookmark and always go there.
plug in with that. You sent us instructions for the plug-in, because I liked your instructions.
Yeah. Now, what the doubling the percentage though thing is something they do on the back end.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. So
you can bookmark that page, so you don't have to go to 4R School every single time.
okay, so send those instructions out. And then hopefully, if we can get them to get the instructions of what they do to set it up, it'll funnel through both of them, and you'll just go to one place, but they're connected. But my understanding is we can't do that ourselves. They have to do that somehow. So anyway, it's really easy, and at some point, I mean, fundraising last year was lower than it's been. Now you guys know entertainment books are gone, right? So that's not an option. They're like out of business, like they went down. So they don't even exist. So we would have to think of something else and sell something again, and nobody likes that. So if you can kind of make it your goal to invite 2, 3, 4, 5, 20 family members and friends, then that volume, especially around Christmas, really is what does it, and then we don't have to sell anything. But if people just forget about this, we will be in a position to be selling products and services again at some point. So we're going to try it again this year, build on it, build on it. Youth group fundraiser is pizza, lunch sales, and Snack Shack. So that's why we don't want Snack Shack to go away. We still have pizza. You can prepay for pizza tonight if you haven't done that already. You don't have to make a deposit. If you want to, you can. Miss Rita's our new pizza lady, Rita McKinley. See her there. So she's replacing Miss Amy Tate. So that will be the same.
Hey, Holly.
Yeah.
Can I make an announcement about the other youth fundraiser, the Cooking for a Crowd?
Yes. Oh, yes. She's going to come right up. Do you want that microphone?
Yes, please.
Oh, yes, please. Oh, good.
Hi, I'm Crystal Beadle, and I'm the new Cooking for a Crowd teacher. Amy is also Tina is going to be my assistant to walk me through this year. But I have the menu for you guys as a sneak preview, and then it'll go out to the rest of the acts who didn't show up tonight. It will be right when you walk in the front door, that little counter, and you can sign up for lunches or dinner. Hot lunches are $3, and the class makes those lunches during first period, and then I stay in the kitchen all through second period, making sure it doesn't burn. And then at lunchtime, you come up to the counter and you get a plate full of hot food, and you don't have to pack lunches in the morning. And you can also sign up back there to take home a dinner of the same thing that serves 8 people for $20, and then you don't have to cook that night for your family either. And who wants to cook after a full Friday? So, thank you. Oh, and all the money raised goes to our youth group.
Yay. So, how many years have you done it? Do you know, Tina? Is this?
This would be, I think, the 8th semester, 7th semester. I think I've done it for about
3.5 years? Okay. Yeah, it's been neat.
I'll be the TA, so hand it over.
Yeah.
Pass it on.
Yeah. That's a good one. Are the meals the same as the ones you did, or are there some new ones? She just walked out.
She has some new ones, and then she has some favorites.
Favorites.
I haven't seen her menu yet either. So.
Oh, fun. Yeah.
2 new meals.
2 new meals. Sweet.
Yes, I lived in Hungary for 2 years, and so there's a Hungarian meal on here. And then next week, meatball sandwiches is the new meal.
Fun. It's pretty exciting. Stacy.
Yeah, when you go out, she'll have the sign-up list, and you can see which meals are available on which dates.
Oh, okay.
And then you put your name next to it, whether you want a lunch or a dinner on that day. In the past, we've made 6 or 7, depending on how difficult it is to prep, trays of the food. And we may sell 5 of them for lunch and 2 for dinner, or 3 for lunch and 4 for dinner. And then I don't know how she's gonna do it.
Okay.
I was just explaining, sign up, it's date specific meals, and, we'll kind of sell lunches and dinners as requested.
Yeah. I got sign-up sheets, and then I'll figure all that out.
More people want dinners, then we'll sell dinners.
Okay, thank you, Mrs. Beadle, for taking that over. We don't want to lose that. Okay, so now we're at, we've made it, it's only been an hour, we're all still alive. Refreshments, pizza deposit payments, say hello to the board of directors that are going to be up here practicing their daffodil wave, and pay your garbage fee, hang out a little bit, and then I'll call on you guys, about 8:15, we'll start Acts 101. So if you're brand new, you can't leave. Don't leave. But that other people can leave after all that stuff and so on and so forth. Lori, did you have your hand up?
Yeah, is the hoedown happening, and is it all acts?
That's what she's going to talk about, Mrs. Sattler.
All right, everybody. I know that you think the semester's going to start just fine. However, if we don't discuss a few things, it's not going to be as fun. So, there's this little clipboard, and there's that little clipboard. So if you would please peruse them and sign where necessary, I would appreciate it. So, the message from the party committee, well, actually, we'll be a committee together, from the party coordinator is you gotta start the semester with your boots on. Do you want to have the microphone? Okay. So, the message from the party coordinator is you gotta start your semester with your boots on. So we have 2 boot scoots. The first one is our kickoff, and that's gonna be after co-op. Okay, let me say that one more time. It's gonna be after co-op on Friday, September 25th. And that's our kickoff. So we're gonna kick off shoes and boots, and we're gonna have ice cream, and who knows? I think it's rumored we're gonna have a pie eating contest. Depending on if I have 7 volunteers, that is 7, who will make pies for our youth. So we can think about that.
And that's week 2. September 25th is week 2.
Okay, now our next boot is going to be for a hoedown. How many of you beautiful young ladies have been to a hoedown experience? Well, you're in for a surprise. It's going to be great. We're going to have Jam on My Muffin, a real band. We're going to be in a barn. We're going to have a bonfire. And compliments of yourselves, we will have a nice buffet dinner before. All right? This is going to be on a Sunday evening. Let me repeat. That is a Sunday evening. And that'll be in about a long time. It's October the 11th. So we have plenty of time to think what we're going to prepare and what we're going to wear. Okay, I would recommend boots. So, if you all can remember that, we're going to have our kickoff with one boot and the hoedown with the other boot. So, in order to do the hoedown, we will need some food, and we will need to know you're coming. All right? Fair enough?
Mm-hmm. Fair enough.
All right. Yeah. Yeah, I'll stop being it. Yeah, so.
Okay, I'll just be standing now.
Okay, any questions you all have?
The 25th after co-op, where?
Well, you all pray for the weather, and hopefully we'll do it on black top. If not, we'll use several of the rooms inside. Okay, any other questions? So for the hoedown, it would really help us a lot to know if you're coming, who in your family's coming. It is a family event. We will be square dancing, and it's gonna be a lot of fun. You know, it'd just be nice to know, and then also just be thinking of maybe what you might like to bring. It's gonna be a barbecue buffet, and so I will send out, you know, emails, that kind of stuff to say, you know, if you're A through whatever, please bring this. But basically, it's gonna be barbecue and some yummies. So, okay. Anything else? All right. See y'all there.
See y'all.
Stanley. We had a hoedown like way back at Sunrise. Who was here for that? Does anybody remember that one? And people talked about it for years. I'm not kidding. Years and years and years and years and years. So, we're doing it again. Finally, it's worked out. Okay, so any other questions before we do our break?
Can I speak to the setup teardown?
Yes, you can. Come on. Do you want to come on up and have a microphone, or you want to yell? Here she comes. PM coordinator. PM facility.
So I can have your attention just real quickly. Most, if not all of you are either set up or tear down. So a couple of housekeeping things. I want you to know that both Davina and I are new coordinating this position, so please be patient with us, and we will be patient with you as you learn your job as well. I also want you to know that there will be a drying room this year, as in a place for crafts to dry, and that is in room 107, which is Kidmo.
I think Kidmo's 105.
Or,
But it's Kidmo.
I don't know these names and numbers.
Yeah, 105. It used to be Fireside, it's changed to Kidmo 105.
Okay, and there's a side room in there, will be a place to dry, so I remember those days, it's hard to get out of here with things dripping. If you need a projector or a DVD, there will be a sign-in, sign-out sheet for that, and it will be at the administration table. If you show up to set up and you find that something is out of place or messy, if you have a smartphone, take a picture of it, so that Holly can be aware of that and we can coordinate with the church so that we're not getting blamed for messes that are not ours. If you cannot make it to co-op, please find someone that can fill in for you. Let Davina know if you are for setup. Let me know if you are for tear down. I am not here the first 2 hours of the day, so don't think that you're going to find me during that time. You won't. And I also want to tell you that if you are uncertain about how to do something or you are unable to do something, that does not give you permission to not do it. It means you need to come and let us know, and we will see about getting that done. The last thing I ask of you is just common courtesy. If you are set up, please be prompt in arriving, because you being late makes the class late. And if you are tear down, I ask for the rest of you who are not tear down to make your way out of the building quickly so that those who are tear down can get their job done and go home also. You will get all of this information in an email, so I'm telling you now so that you will read your email, as I know that's not really, the hip thing to read and get your information from anymore, but you'll get an email, so don't feel like you have to have it memorized. Thank you.
Wait, I have a question. I have a question.
Question.
What time is setup?
I don't know. Davina.
I'm sorry, I just
I'm gonna be here at 9.
Okay.
First day I might be here 8:50.
So you're saying that all setup needs to be here by 9?
I have the list of actual jobs with me.
Okay.
There are a few that take a little more time. There are several that take almost no time at all. So depending on your job, no, you don't have to be here at 9 o'clock, as long as you're here in time to be set up before 9:35. Is that when opening starts?
Well, we'll have the sanctuary open at 9:30 for people to, opening that we did used to start at 9:40, but we just want to push that back and make the room available so people can come and hang out.
Okay.
But you should have your room set up, really, you should have it set up by 9:30 so that if people want to be able to take advantage of that time, we have a place they can.
Yeah, so as long as you're set up by 9:30, I'm fine with it. If you're curious about which room you have and how long it's gonna take, I have a list.
Yeah. Week one might be a little longer, Mrs. Simon.
Are you guys, you're looking for us to find our own replacements this year? So are you guys going to provide a list of who's AM and who's PM, who we could call the trade?
Well, that was sent out, so all the
It has a list of whether you're AM or PM set.
Yeah.
Well, actually, it's been slightly altered.
Well, it'll get, the final version will go out.
Again, but I believe last year I saw a lot of people, I don't know if this was a rule last year, but I know a lot of people were finding their own replacements, but they knew they were going to have to. Now, if it's an emergency, your kid comes down with the flu, and you call, 10 minutes before you're going to be here and they threw in the car, I'll find somebody.
Yeah.
Just, if you know in advance, it's helpful, but emergencies happen.
Okay, any other facility questions?
So what are the floats on the list for? Because I was thinking the floats on the list were for when we were sick. Is that not what they're for?
That is what they're for. Yeah.
Okay. So
Like the emergency said.
we can find a replacement even though we have floats.
Well, there's not an abundance of floats,
There's like
so
one float per.
I thought they were like three. Okay. Yeah.
yeah. So I mean, if we have 6 families out, we're kind of in trouble.
It'll work.
Anything else? Okay, let's take our refreshment break and then we'll be back. Let's do maybe 20 after for Acts 101. Sound fair? Thank you for coming. Everybody that's going to leave that I might not see, bye.